Bienvenue, welcome one and all to another live stream with David Chernick and the man with the many purple hats, Gareth. We talk about things that are perhaps irritants in modern sales and also points where we can stop for a moment and think about it. And we're talking about marketing fails, of which there are many. I don't know which three of the many quadrillions that David could be referring to. David.
I mean, it's specifically where marketing fails to sell. And I mean, I have great respect for marketing. I use marketing. I'm going through a marketing program at the moment. So I'm not anti-marketing, but it's when marketing is depended on for new business. And what I find is, a lot of people I deal with, they've already spent quite a bit of money on marketing, on brand awareness, on lead generation, social, SEO, networking, all the rest of it. And a common complaint that they put to their agencies, but that I hear as well, because the agencies phone me up and saying, I'm getting these complaints from our clients.
You're getting it in the ear, David. Go on.
Is what?
You'll get that these marketing agencies will complain to you that they're getting it in the ear.
They're getting it in the ear, and they're getting it in the ear from their clients saying, none of it's closing.
Yes, but this is so irritating. As a marketing agency, I myself, look, we can't be responsible for you asking them to walk through the doorway. That's you. That's a you thing.
Correct.
We think is raising
their client, and they say you've got to convert it. We can deliver all of these leads and referrals, but you've got to.
If we're converting it, what's the point of you? That's the question.
There is that. But okay, it's all very well. We've talked about objection handling quite a bit. It's all very well to get into an argument with whoever is, putting the complaint or the objection to you, but that's not going to help anybody. And for anybody that's interested, they perhaps should scroll back and see one of the videos on objection handling. Maybe we should do a repeat at some point.
I could repeat it this week. Actually, it might be a good one to do.
Okay, so we'll do that coming up. We'll do a repeat of objection handling. We'll put that up. That would be quite a good one if you can dig that out. But there are sort of three particular ways that marketing does fail, and I won't just leave it with the ways it fails. I'll try and give a solution as well.
Oh, I'm all ears.
One of the ways is that marketing stays, and good marketing actually probably should stay in conversations with people. Yeah, they're trying to get stuff into the funnel and then nurture those leads and opportunities by having conversations essentially with them. So you're developing that opportunity, delivering it as a qualified lead into the sales pipeline.
Right.
So done shows on what constitutes qualification.
Well, yes, exactly.
Okay, so it would pay for anybody buying marketing services to tell their agency what they consider to be a qualified sales opportunity.
The definition of a qualified sales opportunity will vary from business to business, but it never is that they are saying, can I sign on the dotted line? That's never going to be. I mean, I know that's what people want. But they're never going to be. It's going to be the point of, considered thought and considering options. I mean, that's pretty much where it's going to be. It's then down to the salesperson to chaperone it through.
Right. So that's the first way that's staying stuck in the conversations with no measures really on closing.
Right.
The second thing is that the marketing department, the person doing the marketing, they don't know what the closing process is. They don't know what they're funneling all of this opportunity into. What is the closing process? And also on top of that, that small thing, the objection handling process. How are you going to be handling objections to this? Yeah. Right. So again, they could be delivering all sorts of leads and likes and referrals and whatnot, what they consider to be sales opportunities ready for closing. But if they don't know what the closing process is going to be, they're going to fail to deliver them after having had the correct conversations.
So it's about defining process up front and defining, I would say, goals and waypoints along the way. So you can say, right, we're at this point now. Now expect this bit. It's almost saying, here's, if everybody remembers this advert, here's the science bit.
Here's the science. Now, if marketing knows what the closing process is, of course, then they can build that into part of its conversation with those prospects as they start filtering into the pipeline. Yeah, so you end up with what we all want: educated prospects. Well, not all of us want that, but progressive salespeople want that these days. Yeah,
absolutely,
that's what you want.
Absolutely.
And then the third sort of major fail, I think, in terms of marketing people doing, delivering sales, is that the amount of money that people spend on marketing and the effort they're putting into it is taking away from their sales effort. You do need something, whether it's human beings or some sort of automated process or something to convert those leads and referrals into actual paying customers. And the trouble is the efforts to put
that's essential. That's essential. That's essential.
Because when you go back to your agency and you say, "Oh, it's not turning into business," very often I'm hearing that the advice is, "Well, you need to give it time, stick at it, put more into it." And then you're back into the, whether it's the Google AdWords furnace, where you're funnel furnace, where you're shoving more money into it, just sticking at it. You end up with more and more opportunities, but still no conversions. So there's the three fails: stuck in conversations, don't know the closing process, and diverting effort and budget away from the sales.
I think what's critical is that people need to separate who are using external marketing resource. They need to separate the budget for marketing away from the budget for sales. They are two separate parts of this great beast that will bring home the bacon, or
Sure.
other meats are available. The point is.
The point is
that if the effort is put in, that there has to be an agreement about what point they've got to before the salesman takes over. That's quite consistent, that you can point at it and say, that's definitely got to that point. That's when the salesman should be involved. And one of the most important parts of marketing that I think people forget about is establishing authority. Because oftentimes you've got a superior product or an excellent service. You've even got great people willing to stand up and be counted about it. You've got even beautiful video testimonials, all of that good stuff. But nobody in the wider marketplace has ever heard of what you do or understands that you are a real player.
Yep. I've got a mate that specializes in that, and he talks about, keeping yourself, the best secret.
Absolutely.
Look up Altepa and Tepfu if you're stuck on that. If you feel like your business is hiding away and it seems as if you're keeping what you're doing a secret.
Even though you may be the best at it, even though it can be acknowledged by a good number of people that you're the best at it, or that people will more likely not gain benefit from using your product or your service. If the wider audience doesn't recognize your branding, if the wider audience doesn't recognize that you represent a good handle on achieving goals, then it can be a lot of money thrown at it without much result.
Now, I should just point out to anybody who's tuning in for the first time that we are currently, in the last 2 minutes, been in the throes of a Gareth Wax tangent, which we can explore further.
Never.
They're always fun.
Other fruits are available.
But just perhaps summarize what we've been talking about today. And I did say I'll try and sort of give some solutions. So I will summarize in terms of solutions to this.
Okay.
The three things really is, make sure that your marketing, whoever's doing your marketing, has some measures in there of delivering qualified opportunities, defined by you, qualified opportunities into your pipeline, right? That needs to be their measure, not leads or referrals or likes, or those are, you know, part of the journey, but you're looking for outcomes, and the outcome from marketing is qualified sales opportunities. Number two, make sure that whoever's doing your marketing knows what your closing process is. Yeah. Whether you follow a value sales methodology, whether you follow spin selling, or whatever methodology it is, having a conversation, writing down what their, you know, goals and problems are, figuring out their solutions, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. Value, plan, signing, T's and C's, objection handling. Make sure that whoever's doing your marketing at least knows what's going to be happening to all of these leads when they get hold of them in sales. And number three, make sure you are, you know, figuring out which parts of your onboarding process, your outreach to customers, marketing and sales, where you're spending your time and your money. Yeah. Don't put all your eggs in one and not the other, because it just won't work. If you do all sales and you're trusting salespeople to go out and find their own leads, you know, it's a messy game. It's not that easy. If you're putting all of your eggs into marketing without any focus on closing, you're not going to convert. You're going to become popular and known, but without any clients.
Exactly.
Right? So that's my my summary.
Guys, as ever, David and I bash out what are issues that seem to come up in modern sales on a weekly basis, usually at some point past 10 o'clock. This was a large, long point past 10 o'clock.
You can tell Gareth what we did at the weekend.
No, you can tell
them.
No,
not that. The other.
You tell them.
Yeah, so Gareth and I had a little rehearsal.
Which was
a little jam and a rehearsal. Again, if you've not been watching this channel, you might not know that we are both really into music and we're musical entertainers. Gareth is a percussionist and DJ.
Sort of.
I'm just a DJ.
I'm a person who picks music to go in a certain order. David is a person who actually properly DJs it. I play percussion over the top of it. But we've decided to come together to produce an entity known as Nick Wax, which is kind of like an event. Sorry?
Maybe it's a working title. You didn't like that name, did you? But we will be performing
I don't
together.
mind it. I think it just needs to. Sorry?
What's the date? Let's tell everybody the date and the venue. What's the date?
Tell them the date, because I don't remember anything.
July.
It is July.
Let's have a look. I think it's the 12th of July, and
That's
it's
right.
in a town called Boreham Wood.
It's in a venue called the Wellington.
The venue is called the Wellington. It's the Wellington pub. And it is 12th of July. Nick Wax performing at the Wellington. It's going to be a mashup of some rock music, a bit of hardcore, some house, light in it. We're going to somehow mash up those two genres together. Quite a wide variety of music. The stuff that you know.
I think the focus is going to be getting you to move. If you feel at some point that you've been moved, you want to move, it doesn't, even if you're just tapping your feet, that's good enough for me. I want you to feel that, and I'm hoping that we're going to have, you know, great weather, and it will be people will want to be out there having a drink, having a dance, whatever.
It's a really excellent pub, actually. It's very near the Bournemouth and Elstree station. It's a great pub, great food. They've had a refurb in recent years and new management. And they sell good beer. And let's hope we smash up some bottles.
All right. Well, look, as usual, thanks a lot, David, for being exactly who you are. And we've been talking about 3 ways marketing fails to sell. If you missed the bulk of this, rewind it. There's some good stuff in there. Until next week, I thank all of you for being here. Thank you, David. And also, of course, remember, have excellent mental health. Bye-bye now.
Ciao, ciao.